Good afternoon. From the Office of the Human Rights Defenders and Access to Justice Advocacy Center, my name is Prince Conrad Olushola Adeboye, reaching you from number 11 Ajako Bus Stop, Shasha Road, Shasha, Alimoshe Local Government, Lagos, Nigeria. If you want to reach us through the telephone number, the number is 08160171192. That is Shasha branch. While Ikeja branch or head office is 090302474. And our WhatsApp line is 090302423. God bless you. Today we have here tenancy issue. I titled this Tenancy Wahala. Tenancy dispute in Nigeria, Lagos, especially, it's like marital issue. Here we have 50% of tenancy issue, while we also have 50% of marital issue. Wahala no dey finish. We cannot live with Wahala, even though Wahala resurfaces every minute. It's something that Wahala is seen as pest. Of course, it's pest. When you are being, when you contacted any disease or being disturbed by pests, you may never have rest of peace. Hence, you need to be eradicated. Today we have the tenant. Before the tenant, we want to hear from the landlord. All right. As we wait for the landlord, we have to hear from the tenant. Maybe he knows the purpose of him being summoned before this office. If he has no idea, then we have no idea as well. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
All right. Please tell us your name.
My name is Anthony UCHE.
All right. One Mr. ADEYEMI Kosoko, yeah, who happened to be your landlord, summoned you before this office of the Human Rights Defender. Hence, we want to ask if you know your purpose of this summon here or the purpose of this summon here.
Yes, definitely. From the letter that was out, I was able to decode exactly the reason why I've been summoned to this place.
Reason, please. Go ahead.
It's about the house rent, and this is just for this year, the year 2022. Sometimes last year, we almost had the same issue, of which one of the wives took me to a mitigation center at Yaba. And before then, I have never for once defaulted in any way. But this all started last year that I lost my stepmom. And in the process that I lost my stepmom, that was the exact time that I was able to pay, I was supposed to pay him. He was aware, we told him, everybody knew. All I did was to pay him part payment then. Being the type of person he is, he was always pestering me to pay him all his money, and of which last year he increased his money from 48 to 60,000. I said, okay, no problem. So that last year, I paid him part of the money for last year. Towards the end of last year, one of the wives came and took me to the mitigation center at Yaba. We got there. To God be the glory, it was resolved through, I think, one of the lawyers that handled the case. And within a limited time, under a space of 2 weeks, I was able to offset the remaining balance. Now, for this year, he's always receiving his money every January of every year. What I did was, I gave him 20,000 this year. And sometimes ago, I think he called me 2 weeks ago. He was telling me that, how are we going to do it? I told him, I said, bros, you know very well that I have my siblings staying with me. And the father happened to be my uncle. And the father just died. And he's the firstborn, he's just 22 years old. And there's nothing much he could do. So I have to rally around and support this young boy. And I told him that I was going to pay the remaining of the money. He is not even the type that is ready to collect instrumentally. So I gave him 20,000. He collected 20,000 this year. For me to balance him 40,000. Last 2 weeks, I was supposed to give him another 20,000. But I have a girl. This is my personal issue anyway. A 16-year-old girl that is studying law at LASU. And I had to meet up with her academics one way or the other, just to make sure that I don't default in that area. And I told him that before the end of this, I think at the end of this month that we're talking about now, I'm going to give him 20,000. By November, I'll balance him up. That's all. Then thereafter, we can sit down and say, okay, bros, let me be giving you probably 15 or 20,000 every month. At least it will offset everything. The coming ones, not the balance one. The one that I'm owing between now and November, I will finish paying it. This is my first time of coming to a place like this. I told him he knew. I've never even been to a police station before. I've never in my life. The only time I went there was when my uncle, who is an assistant inspector general of police, the late Insulta, died. When there was a DPO at Festa police station. That was the only time I got to police station. I told him this is an insult on my side. If it's something that is so heavy, I will say okay. But for something in this case, it is something we can settle amicably. It is not something you take me far, you take me there, bring me all the way from Ijesha to Shasha. I've never been here before. So I said, okay, let me answer the call and make my own comment known to the people in charge. They will hear me also through. Because I knew very well that it is not my right to owe him. It is his right to collect his money. Whichever way he wants to collect his money, he has every right to do that. But I'm only trying to make him understand that going by what we are facing currently, also understand my own plight as well. Let me pay you this way. I can always pay you as
How
long
much
as
are you owing?
40,000 naira is what I'm owing you.
When is the house rent for the year expire? What will it expire?
December, ending last month of December. That's it.
Alright. Do you have the 40 right now?
No, I don't have the 40 right now.
When are we looking forward to that?
At the end of this month, I'll pay him 20. At the end of this November, I'll pay him 20.
Let's have the undertaking next.
Very good. Even if, sorry.
Is there any other complaint?
No. Even before the end of this month, I'm believing something aside from that one. That one is standby. I can even come and pay it off.
I thought the university is not in session.
No, Lasu. My daughter is in Lasu. They are not.
Okay, last is not part
Yeah,
of
they're
the
not trying.
strike.
Yeah, he knows my daughter, 16-year-old.
I'm not saying you should say much about your daughter, just the general.
Okay. They're not on strike. They're not part of us.
see, one thing I believe you know,
Yes.
that could be his means of livelihood.
Definitely, I understand.
Even though he has what he may have other source of income.
Yeah.
Not that most of these landlord or landowners they don't have human feelings. But what about if he was also depending on this money to settle his daughter or son's school fees? That is the area where you should see it.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
You were having it, but because of inevitable circumstances, you decided to choose the education, which is very proper, the academic part of it, which is part of the future of your daughter. But the reason why he may take it, or the reason why he has been taking it this hard, if I may say hard on you, it's also possible he was already depending on this money to also pay one or two things. So it's a matter of understanding, which I believe you understand.
And I do understand.
Meanwhile, he has not given you quick notice or notice.
No, you see, so can I talk now?
You can.
You see, he has been a brother for a very long time. If not because we're on camera, there are some certain things that I can't divulge here. It could be in the private something.
There's no point for that.
So he even as I've come here today, he might this evening call me and say, Uche, Jori Ekpisha, Oya Loson, to amount of money Loson's account. That's the way he is to be candid with you. You just tell me now, okay, go and drop any amount you have in the account. Make sure you pay my money. That's trusting.
All right, no problem. That is the you can have in mind. You write a resolution about it, stating that we try to reach the complainant. Hence, we have to attend to the tenant alone, which we agreed to pay on or before 2 installments. Just simply to pay for. All right, viewers, thanks for coming. One love. We are going to talk about politics for just 10 minutes. God bless you and stay tuned for Talk Politics.